What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series. So I want to go over a few things in this video. If I have too much material going on for Discord Friday, I tend to put out two videos because I don't want one video to be too long. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. Guys, I am here to help you. Discord is here to help you as well. That is free. That is in the description below. Click that link. Come on over. Over 900 members helping you guys out, and we're going to help you become a better selector in the warehouse. And, I do interviews on this channel. I do all kinds of stuff. I am really happy with where this channel has gone, and it is all thanks to you guys, to the support of my community, and I thank you guys for that. So guys, give me a thumbs up, leave comments, and let's get on to the first thing I want to talk about in today's video. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about is this right here. So we're going to go over some still pictures. Now, the video's over on Discord underneath the general tab. If you want to go over and watch the actual video, which is also blurry too, guys, it's very distorted. But I just want to go over some things here because this is a major safety issue. Guys, 25 and a half years, I know I keep saying that, but I just want you guys to know, for you guys that have been thrown for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, I'm telling you, the aches and pains and everything that comes with this job really checks up to you after 10 years, okay? I'm telling you right now, it kicks in, one-handing, cases all the time. Your fingers are going to start aching, your wrist, elbows. Guys, it's mind-boggling how much stuff could go wrong per day, and it doesn't. Walking out of work as a warehouse selector and being healthy is a humongous bonus. There is so much crap that could go wrong in the warehouse that you could be injured on. And this brings me up to my next thing, is what I was saying in the previous videos, is when you get hurt. When you finally get hurt, after all the things that could possibly go wrong, you finally get hurt, the company makes you feel bad for it. So right here, I got an arrow pointing to a selector in the rack. This is his head right here. It's a little blurry. We're going to look at a couple more pictures. We got another selector right here. I'm guessing that this selector belongs to this jack. This selector belongs to this jack. I'm just guessing. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't even really matter, to be honest with you. So you guys are probably going to hate me for this. There is shrink wrap around this pallet. So as a warehouse supervisor, I am not one, but I'm just saying as one, you should be written up for this. If you are a forklift operator putting product into the slot and you are not cutting the shrink wrap, you should be written up for it. All right. It should be part of your procedures of replenishing this slot. If it's a pallet that's getting ready to fall over, so be it. I get what you're saying. So what do is whenever I'm replenishing an item and the pallet's a little shaky, I will cut the top layer off. So I'll cut my knife along the, maybe 3 layers down, slit it, and cut the top layer off so they can at least start picking the top of that thing. The top of the pallet. But this guy here is walking out with 2 cases in both hands. So obviously we're in the beginning of the aisle, so we're in base items. So these cases are heavy. I don't know if they're oils, juices, whatever they are, but they're heavy. So my guess is he has 2 hands and 2 flaps. He needed 2 of them or even more. So he 2-handed it. And guys, you want to talk about aches and pains in your fingers and stuff like that? After a while, stop doing this. 1 case, 2 hands is a safe way to do it. I know that's the way your warehouse preaches it, and it's for a reason, because you could definitely get injured. So we got a person that is, and not to mention, he might not have fell if he had 1 case in 1 hand, because 2 cases is just putting that much more weight in front of you whenever he tripped over the shrink wrap. So I'm going to go right to the next picture. And right here, he tripped over the shrink wrap. Well, when you trip and you have 2 cases in your hands, you're just exceeding that much more weight that's going to pull you forward. If he had 1 case in his hand, this might not have happened. But he tripped over the wrap that should honestly have been cut. I mean, it's just ridiculous that there was wrap on these pallets like this. And I don't think he was stepping onto the pallet. I think he just literally just fell. And then we're going to get to the next one here. So he dropped the cases. He went to catch himself. You can see the 2 cases, 1 on each side. He went to catch himself on the pallet, and you can see his foot right there. He got caught on the plastic. This is a replenishment fault and the selector's fault for carrying too many cases. And honestly, guys, as a selector, I told you, well, I'm not about incentive money. If I came up on this right here, I'm all about making my 100%. I'm pulling my knife out of my jack. I'll keep a knife on my jack, and I'm going to pull it out, and I'm going to cut that wrap to make sure no one trips. That's just how I think in the warehouse. I am constantly fixing stuff in the warehouse. Anything that I could see being a accident waiting to happen, I try to fix it. And that's just what I do. And we're going to go on to the next one on this one here because I just want to get through this real quick. And as you can see, he fell across. This is how much force that he fell with. He fell across the jack and onto the floor behind the other jack. I mean, that's pretty bad. So you could see why that could be a big problem. So let me recap real quick. If you're a new selector, any selector, you should be carrying big, heavy cases. I'm not saying you can't use two hands, but with lighter boxes. All right, with the heavier ones that you have to stick your hands in the flap, majority of the time the flaps pop open anyhow. You drop it on the ground and then it falls all over the place. One heavy case at a time, guys. Carry it. And if you're a replen operator, forklift operator, you should be cutting that shrink wrap. You should not be leaving it like that for someone to trip over. All right, the next thing I want to get to, guys, is on my channel, I do one-on-ones. Now, I've done this quite a few times. I do ask for a small donation before the call starts, and we can go up to an hour if you want. We could do it right here on Discord. I can go over and I can video call you at a certain time. We can set up a date, time. And why is this beneficial? The people that I've talked to so far, pretty much all of them said that, it's just easier for me to, because we'll draw back and forth. We'll throw up stuff. We'll show diagrams and everything. And it's easier for someone to talk one-on-one with somebody than to sit there and text back and forth. And it's easier for me to describe it one-on-one as well. So, come on Discord. I ask for a small donation between PayPal, Venmo, and you could have a one-on-one with me. And I just want you to show you the results of someone that talked one-on-one with me. Now, this is the last person I talked to. And basically, with one-on-one, I am teaching the same stuff that I'm teaching on the channel. But like I said, there might be something that you're just not quite understanding. And then when we get one-on-one, you're like, oh, okay, I get it. And pretty much every time I have done a one-on-one, I have got that. I have got that like, oh, that's what you're saying. So people, they just understand it a little bit better one-on-one. Why do I ask for a donation? Because it's just taking time away from my day. Guys, I'm very busy. I've said this in the past. I got eBay. I got my regular job. I got this YouTube channel. I got my home life. I got 2 kids that are autistic. I'm a very busy person. So I just want something for my time is all I'm asking. And I asked for a donation of $20 and you could have an hour of my time. We could sit here for an hour back and forth. I think that's pretty freaking fair. But I want to go over this person's work because I want you to see the basics that I've been teaching on and what they have corrected. Small cases in the middle, big cases pointing in. That's what I preach all the time. 2 cases the same, pointing back. 2 cases the same, 2 cases the same, pointing back. Nice big case coming in, small case in the middle. Looks like we have a slip sheet right here because we're sort of hovering over, not a big deal. Nice big strong cases on the corners. We get our Roman noodles and we just call them, stack them the way up. Get a nice base, and our base is about right here, guys. That's all it takes sometimes. Nice solid base, probably about thigh high, and then the rest of the pallet we tied in here because this is tying in. And then when we get to these light boxes, the ramen noodles, we just call them, stack them. It's just a great job. And let's get on to the next one. Once again, I love this. I don't mind this, guys, because there's nothing heavy on top. This coffee stuff is light. Looks like we have Parmesan cheese, just light stuff that help keep the pallet from shifting from one side to the other. And yeah, we got a column, but look how we do this. All right, this is what I'm talking about. Our focus point is right here. Now, yeah, we could have took this Hawaiian punch and probably, just centered it a little bit. It probably would have made the pallet a little bit better, but whatever. But this is the line we focus on. And look how we're focusing on that line. We got a small square case, and we got a bigger case pointing in. 2 cases the same, pointing in. We're not hanging off too much. So look how we're gradually walking our weight towards the middle of the pallet. And this is tying in, guys. When you hang stuff into gaps, it's tying in. And I keep telling people that. Then we come straight in. I told you, the more cases you have pointing in towards the middle of this pallet, the better. And that is what we're focusing on. Kept all of these cases together. I love this work, man. Just great work. This person is really getting what I'm saying. And I'm going to go right on to the next picture, guys. Problem cases, front corner, every single time. Anytime I get these, I call them problem cases because they're weak cases. Imagine this being the back of your pallet and you're hitting your throttle and all the weight's coming to the back of this, Well, these have a tendency of moving, but when they're up on the front of the pallet, You have the other pallet or the jack that give it a guard so it's not rocking forward. So it gives it a little bit more stability, and it's just great. Once again, Arizona Tea, 2 cases the same, pointing back, one in, one in, one in. Just perfectly done. Ramen noodles, straight up. All right, this is the last picture I want to look at, the same person's work. Now, we had some things going on here. Some people on Discord saying that they would do some things differently. Me personally, I would not. I like what you did. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, we have a nice solid base with all these oils. We have 2 layers of oils, which someone just said on Discord right before the time of filming this video that they got written up for back unders. Now, the 2 things that they said they back under was brisket and water. That's not my middle finger. But picture that, my middle finger to that warehouse. Guys, what are you concerned about? What do you want them to throw them all and get the same result? It makes 0 sense. Warehouses are getting a little freaking ridiculous. Not only can they not retain people, but I just think they overmanage sometimes, where some warehouses undermanage, some warehouses overmanage. They just think that there's just something special and they just have to put their 2 cents in. And meanwhile, they need to just shut up and let the good workers work. It's what it is. I just wanted to say that because we were going over a nice back under. We got 2 rows of oil. I like the slip sheet because we don't have a solid box. We have clear plastic, wrap on top of the boxes. So that slip sheet's just confirming a little bit more stability. I love it. Love the separation. Love grouping like cases together. And we had a couple people chime in. One person said they didn't like the gaps, that they would have took this coffee and stuck it in here. Me, I wouldn't, because I'm all about cases being upright. And we had someone mention slip sheets. Once again, I disagree with it. If this was all weight, then I still want to put the coffee upright. But if it was all weight, then maybe slip sheets. Yeah, but this doesn't look like it's nothing that's crazy, because we have a nice solid base. And I don't see anything really happening with this pallet. And once we wrap this, forget it. This thing ain't going anywhere, because we have a nice solid base. I tell you guys all the time, if you establish that solid base, that's what it's all about. And from here up is going to be much easier, because you could get away with column stacking. So like I said, guys, the one-on-one is not a necessary thing. It's here if you guys need it. That's all it is. It's just another tool to my channel. If you guys want to do a one-on-one, I ask for that small donation. You can instant message me over on Discord, say, hey, I'd like to do a one-on-one, and then we're going to set that up in the future. And that's it, guys. I'll talk to you guys next time. I wish you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys Friday.